Yes, this is Mr. Controversy, and this is the infamous three-point conversion station. Keep it locked. Welcome. You're inside the world of Mr. Controversy, and I'm your host, Mr. Controversy. Did you miss me? A lot to get to today. We have to start with that Golden State game against San Antonio Spurs. That was a great game. That was a playoff intensity game. I mean, I felt like it was the second round of the playoffs. Hopefully they meet in the last round of the playoffs, the Western Conference Finals. But anyway, with that game, great play, great defense. Like I said, it was high intensity. The thing is, we've never seen Steph get guarded like that before. We've never seen him look so frustrated, aggravated, upset. I mean, they rattled him. And to see the way Pop came up with that defense, with that pressure, and it wasn't just like one-on-one like Kawhi, held him down. No, we're talking about Diaw on the switch. Like, everything was like to perfection when it came to that defense. And we've never seen Steph look like that before. And I wonder, with Golden State and San Antonio winning like that, they play again. I think they play 2 more times. So with Golden State, how will they rebound? Like with Steph Curry, how is he going to rebound? Is he going to let that stay in his head? We've seen Jordan get battle tested. We've seen him learn. We've seen him bottled up against Detroit Pistons, and we've seen what happened where they went home. But we also seen Jordan come in the next game and play great. And hey, they still might have lost our series, but we saw him make adjustments. It was like, you know what? I have to figure this out. Can we see, or will we see Steph do that? That remains to be seen. Even with Golden State, what adjustments will Steve Kerr make? What adjustments will Steve Kerr come up with as far as, okay, now they're picking on Curry, let's find somebody else open. Will Curry revert his game? And hey, it's all about finding the next man, and until they lay off and then he's allowed to shoot threes, let's see. But watching that game, it really showed how Golden State, they don't have a bona fide leader. Is Steph Curry their leader? Heck no, he's not a leader. He's a leader as far as playing, but vocal leader, he's not a leader. And that's nothing against him. He's just not that guy. Draymond, maybe he's fiery, but I don't think he's a leader either. So will that come to hurt them when they play an experienced team like the San Antonio Spurs? Shall be remain. Speaking of leaders, LeBron James. Everything that's going on in Cleveland, we still blame LeBron James. Most of it he shouldn't get blamed for. A lot of things are coming out, him, team, the way they're going. It's not right. It's not fair. And which brings me to my topic of tonight. Yes, we have to talk about LeBron James. So, what's going on?
Doing well. How are you, friend?
I'm good, man. Ready to talk about this topic.
Yes,
so,
sir.
This is how we're doing it. I'm going to let you go first. You tell me, pretty much, hypothetically, if he never wins another ring, where do you put him? Where do you rank him? How do you see him?
Well, the biggest thing is that he has his rings. He does have 2. So he has cleared that discussion because for a long time we were always talking about LeBron, how he'd be good, but if you don't win a ring, you can't rank him up high. So for all those guys that like to debate about rings and stuff like that, he has rings now. The thing about it is now with his rings, he is continuing to pass players. Most recently, he passed Muggsy Bogues for assists. And he is continuing to climb the charts as far as all-time scoring. So when I have to look at it as of right now, say if something happened and he had to retire this year or something like that, I'm putting LeBron down as the top 10. But I think at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, health, of course, as long as he stays healthy, then I got to put him in my top 5, maybe even top 3. Just because he scores in volume. He's not, say, a Steph Curry or anything like that, where I don't think he's going to average 30 points a game, for an entire season anymore. But he's more than capable of putting up 20 points a game, averaging that for a season still. And then he's continuing to rack up the assists. So he's always going to be in that 7 to 8 range. And then also he's a big dude, so he's going to get his rebounds. So as long as he keeps filling up the stat sheet in every single category and continuing to pass other all-time greats, I mean, he has to be able to be mentioned in the conversation of the top 10, top 5 when it's all said and done.
So you said top 3, maybe even top 3, if he never wins another one.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I almost want to use your word shenanigans, but I see what you say. So looking at LeBron James and looking at his career, yes, he has come in, or he came in, but he has come and he basically conquered. When you think about it, everything that we wanted him to do, he's done. And at an early age, we have to be real. But I think the problem is what LeBron is. Of course, we all judge him unfairly. And that's because of social media. He came up in the social media area. He's probably like the first star, really, the NBA star to really be affected by that. I mean, Kobe was before the social media era. So we look at a lot of things as far as when he first got to Miami, and of course the decision, and people didn't like that, and people were upset because he didn't choose their team. Now, when I'm thinking about LeBron, 27, 7 and 7, that's what he's averaging basically his whole career. Great numbers. He has 2 rings, as you said. We can't deny that. But after the 2 rings, top 10 definitely has to be top 10. I mean, honestly, a lot of people don't like this. The best small forward in the game we've ever seen, the best small forward. True enough, it's a lot of things LeBron needs to work on as far as his game, or he didn't work on, which if he would have, he probably would have been the best player ever. But he didn't. But yet still, best small forward ever. Better than Doc, better than Bird. He's the best small forward ever. But what I say top 3, nah, I can't say top 3. Top 5, maybe. I don't know. And this is why I say this to sportsologists. You have to look at this, man. With him and the help that he's had, and he was only able to win 2, and he's been to the finals, 6 times? Which is ridiculous in itself. And he's only won 2, and he's had help in Miami, especially in Miami. Last year at Cleveland, I can't give him that. But in Miami, I can't see it, man. Not top 3. So I'll say top 10 for sure. Maybe top 5. I don't know yet. I'm on the fence with that.
Well, see, the thing is that, you have to give LeBron a mulligan on 2 of those championships that he went to. Mm-hmm. The one that's fresh in our memories, the one last year. Right. Kyrie being, just unhealthy, period, and trying to fight through it. So, give him big props for it. Kevin Love being taken out against the Boston Celtics. And then past that, they didn't really have a good roster as far as depth to help him out, especially against an absolutely history-making Golden State Warriors team who just turned right around and really did nothing to modify their team that much. And now they're chasing after the Bulls record. I mean, that's just crazy. So it just kind of alludes to how tough they really were in that championship and what LeBron was able to do. I think they squeaked out at least 2 games against them. before the Warriors just took it over. Now the other one, I don't know if you remember or not, but I believe it was back in, if my memory serves right, in 06.
07.
Okay, 07, when he took that roster there with the best player on that squad being Mo Williams. And going up against a championship Spurs team.
I don't even think Mo Williams was on that team. Booby was on that team. Booby was the star, remember? Booby came in and was hitting the big threes. Mo came a year after that.
Hold on, man. I gotta actually look this up real quick.
Eric Snow was a point guard. Booby was the one.
Okay, you're right. That's when they had let me throw out some stuff. Luke Jackson, Zadrunas Ilgauskas, Drew Gooden, Eric Snow, Larry Hughes. And be there. Wow.
Right.
So taking that squad there to the championship, man, that just attested to what he was able to do. I mean, the crazy part is if we'd have had the kind of roster that he has around him right now, back in that 06 when he was 06 LeBron, I mean, the Spurs were a good team, don't get me wrong, and they always been a great team, but I really think that they would have been able to edge them out, and that's always been the problem. But just getting back on the subject, man, that's two championships that, of course, number wise, you got to throw it in there. He's been there 6 times. But the other couple of times or whatever, I understand with the Heat, but like, I get it, but like, I no, you saying no? Cause I'm just saying, man, like, I understand, but at the end of the day, like I said, the first time they went up against what was it, the Mavericks?
Dallas.
Yeah, the Mavericks was the first time they went, right? And Dallas, you're right, they had no business winning that, but it was all about them getting their chemistry down. Dwayne Wade was a ball dominant guard before LeBron got there, and he chose to shape up his game a little bit differently. They were kind of molding together, dude.
But wait. This is the reason why what messes them up to me is the fact that you look at LeBron and what he did when he was in, what was that? Where were they at? They played Dallas. Dallas had the home court advantage, right?
Yeah.
Dallas had home court advantage. Not only that, but Miami had I think it was a 3-2 lead or a 2-1 lead going to Miami. But this is the problem, sportsologists. LeBron disappeared. And to me, that will always hurt him. You've never seen any star, any top 5, any top 10 player in the NBA disappear like that. Now, we haven't even seen it in NFL, but we're going to talk football. We're going to talk basketball. It's a difference when you go 3 for 18. You went out gunning, you had a bad game. Kobe went something like 3 for 18, 3 for 19, the last championship he won. There's nothing wrong with that. You went out gunning, you just had a bad game. But he disappeared. Fourth quarter, you only take 3 shots, and you're the star of that team? You're LeBron James?
He was one of the stars. No. And that's the thing that I think that we don't get it, okay? This was something that we had never seen before. So therefore, when I understand how people are judging it, I don't think that they actually they're judging it the right way. You threw out the whole Kobe situation, right? That's back in the era where it was all about the dynamic duos, not the trios, okay? So to see Kobe disappear would absolutely be like, wow, what the heck happened? But I think when it came to that series, and it came to, first of all, LeBron not really knowing. I mean, like I said, they were filling each other out. And I think what he ended up doing, and this is what LeBron got criticized before about so much, is that he's passive in nature. Naturally, he's just passive. So I think what actually happened in that series is that he was like, okay, look, Dwayne, I'm gonna go ahead and defer it to you, which may have been a easy way out. I get it, okay? But at the end of the day, I think that's what he did. He's naturally passive. Everybody's wanting him to be aggressive, and so therefore he has been aggressive at times. But the dude is naturally passive, just in nature. That's what he is.
But naturally passive as far as when he has the ball, okay, I'm not going to take the winning shot. I will create. He didn't even do that. He disappeared. All I remember is late in the game, they coming out of the court, LeBron walking down kind of with his head low. And when it came down to it, Wade had the ball dribbling, LeBron in the corner, looking like he didn't want the ball. Like, really? No, you can't do that. Especially when you come from Cleveland, when you took a team like he had to the championship, just like you just mentioned, you took that team to the finals, and you come back when you have a grand chance to win and you disappear, you about to start having me act like Stephen A, man. I'm trying to get amped up, but you don't do that, man. You can't do that. And for that reason, you can't beat top 3. Because you play, as you mentioned, a lesser Dallas Maverick team. I mean, what? So, again, he gets treated unfairly because Magic, the championship's Magic lost. Has he ever got criticized for losing?
Nah, you don't hear that.
And I don't think LeBron should have gotten criticized for the championship last year. Of course, he definitely, because he should have won MVP, even in a losing cause, and he shouldn't have got talked about or criticized for the last year they lost in Miami, because he went all out and played. Went all out. I'm not mad at him for that, but all I'm saying is you would never see Zeke, Isaiah, Magic, Bird, any of them go out not swinging in a finals. And he did that.
So with Isaiah and Bird and stuff like that's what you're saying is in your top 3?
No, and that's the funny thing. They're not in my top 3. So I'm just saying,
dude, we live in a different generation, man. We live in a different generation where the generation is all about, even in the military, if they get cussed at or anything like that, they can pull out sensitivity cards and stuff like that and say, I'm not ready. This is a generation where we get trophies for just participating, okay? I understand where you're coming from. I'm old school as well in my mentality, but at the end of the day, this is one of the closest, I think, players from this generation as far as of right now, especially being the face of the NBA, and being that first player to embark on that journey of being in social media when it became so hot, okay? One of the first. And no, I do not agree at all times his choices when it comes to social media, just like what happened, with him unfollowing the Cavaliers on Twitter and on Instagram, if it is true. But at the end of the day, I mean, you have to give him some credit for being able to walk through that. None of those players from before had to face, I mean, just so much pressure, man, from the minute that he walked into the league as far as being labeled the king.
Yeah, right.
And now social media and, the decision, I mean, everything, I just feel like this dude is walking around with the weight of the world in his shoulders.
Okay, so I'm gonna touch on, first of all, I want to touch on what you said about him unfollowing the Cavs and everything, Twitter.
If it's true, allegedly.
And if it's true, I don't see anything wrong with that, because I think right now it has nothing to do. I think, well, it's messed up if he did it, because then again, LeBron makes some, bad choice. And not a bad choice as far as because you unfollowed your team, but the timing of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. But I think he did it as far as it's all business right now. You could tell this guy is not gonna, I don't think he's giving up on Cleveland or the land, as he says, but I don't think that. But I think that's the social media part. But you cannot tell me what Kobe went through. Kobe was the most hated guy in the league. See, LeBron went through a lot of scrutiny because of, we don't like him because he chose another team. He's passive. Kobe character was challenged. Forget his game. Everybody believed in his game, even though people said, hey, Kobe needs to pass the ball more. He's selfish. But Kobe came in when Shaq left and he basically forced Shaq to leave. Kobe, what he did what is that? Eagleton, Colorado, whatever the name of it.
Yeah, with the chick.
With the lady. Then he what he said about Shaq, how he rat on Shaq, basically was like tricked on Shaq, was like, yeah, he's Shaq doing it. That right there. So everybody, he lost total respect from everyone. And Kobe went through it. Kobe knew he was the most hated. This cat got booed in Philadelphia, his own hometown, during an All-Star game when he won an MVP final, when he won an MVP. And they booed him in his hometown.
But that's two different things to me, man. That's asking for stuff compared to what Kobe did. Kobe asked for that. He the one that sat up there and did what he did. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody asked him to slip and fall into old girl. That ain't no accident, okay? Right. He did that. He brought that along himself. The comments that he made about Shaquille O'Neal, the way that he was as a teammate, as far as forcing people out and stuff like that, that's a choice and a path that he went down. My point with LeBron is that LeBron didn't ask for this stuff initially. They dubbed him that. I mean, he was on Sports Illustrated, at 13. They was following around his high school and stuff. Now, he had a lot of people that pushed him up to being there. Mm-hmm. But like I said, that's not something he asked for. LeBron gets scrutinized regardless. Now, the one thing that you don't see about LeBron getting scrutinized about is his home life. And he has done a phenomenal job for being a guy that is in the face of every single thing that you could think of. Done a phenomenal job with keeping his home and his personal life completely separate and not having any scrutiny going on, except for his crazy mom. But but that's something that he's even bottled up at this point in time too. I mean, he's done a phenomenal job with handling his personal life. So the scrutiny that LeBron gets right now, man, to me is unwarranted. But he does not help it out with the social media. See, I would say as of right now, if I was LeBron, especially as big as he is, and now look, your team locks up the Central Division title, you're on your way to the playoffs and everything like that, take a hiatus. We have all done it. Social media, that we don't need social media to survive. Right. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of those championship players, what they've told us in interviews and stuff is that they've zeroed out. A lot of players have said they've turned off the TVs. They don't watch no ESPN when they're going through this stuff. They kind of just, go into an isolation mode where they shut out their complete entire world, turn off their phone, except for with their personal contacts, and their personal family. And they focus in on this championship. And to me right now, that's what I would love to see from LeBron.
And you know what though? You said Kobe doesn't ask for it. Or Kobe asks for it basically. He went through that. He wanted that. LeBron doesn't. But LeBron put his foot in his mouth. Like I said, timing, bad decisions. Think about it. First of all, I don't care how buddy you are. You don't go to anybody's city and go to their gym and practice with them during the season. How do you practice with Dwayne Wade during the season? I don't care if it was NBA All-Star Weekend. What, you don't do that. No, come on, what? But then we all know with LeBron, when LeBron gets backed in the corner, and I've said this millions of times, every time he gets backed in the corner, he comes out swinging. And this time, you can't do that. You can't come in because you get mad. We all know about because I'm the greatest player on this earth. You don't say nothing like that.
I feel confident.
You don't say anything like that. Or because I want to. When they ask him about Dwayne Wade, no, you can't. And what LeBron doesn't or hasn't learned, if you take anything away from Jordan, one thing I do respect about Jordan is Jordan knew his worth. He knew his power. He knew his worth to the game. And what I mean by that is, if you go back to 1992 when he had all them gambling problems, and it came out when a guy wrote the book about him, and then all the media wanted to come in and ask Jordan, hey, Jordan, what about this and the gambling problems? What did Jordan do? Instead of Jordan coming out swinging or having an attitude, Jordan said, okay, y'all want to go here? I'm not saying anything. And he went silent and didn't talk to the media. And that was during the playoffs. He didn't talk to the media, I think, for the first round and second round. He finally came out the last game of the second round when they beat New York Knicks, Game 7. But the NBA, it was David Stern had to come in, hey, stop asking him questions because we need him. He's a spokesman. So my point is, LeBron needs to learn that situation, learn that from Jordan. To say, I know my worth. Y'all coming to me asking me dumb questions? Okay, I'm not talking to the league. I'm not saying anything. And watch how it would change everything.
It's not gonna happen, man, because we live in a different time. Like I said, back then, Jordan and them, I mean, that's a whole different other era, and it's a whole different other mentality that men had. I mean, to be honest with you, men back then, they were known to go to work, you know, to be the strong, silent type and this, that, and the other. Now in this generation, you got dudes that will argue down and fuss out chicks better than chicks can, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, they wearing pants trying to be skinnier than most chicks' jeans out there. You know what I'm saying? We live in a whole different other world, man. So I get where you're coming from, and I am old school when it comes to that. But that's the whole thing that is surrounding around this whole millennial phase and just this time period, is that when you get scrutinized or you get backed up, you come out swinging. Same thing. We've seen the same thing happen with Kevin Durant, right? Kevin Durant never was a guy who, you know, talked big and bad, you know, never really had any kind of issues or anything like that. Then as soon as he started getting all the different questions about, you know, Westbrook and just getting a lot of pressure, you know, he came out saying, who was it that came out? I think it was Stephen A or something like that said something about him. And he was like, hold on, I don't know this dude. And, you know, I mean, he just came out swinging. And we like, hold on, we don't know. We ain't never seen that from Kevin Durant before.
But that's different though, because somebody came and attacked Kevin Durant or lied about Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant took up for himself and said, I don't know this dude. You would never see Kevin Durant say anything like something, I'm the greatest or I'm the best on this planet for no reason.
Because he's not. Because he's not.
You don't have to say anything like that.
Because he's not, though.
Different mentality.
Criticize LeBron for not saying that he was the greatest. I still remember seeing people like Stephen A and everything like that talking about, oh man, you know, why is this dude up here so humble and so passive? Like, he needs to have that killer instinct, that mentality to come out and say, oh, I'm the greatest player in the world. Okay, now he said it. Now we wanna
so
scrutinize him for it.
There it is. The problem is, I think that he, and you mentioned it earlier, he listens to social media too much. He's paying attention to what is going on, and he lets that affect him. Mm-hmm. So, but going back, we're going to end it, but going back real quick, I want your last piece on it. My thing, well, I'll let you go first. Why? So you rank him number 3, right?
I said that he will be in the top 5. I said that if he keeps going and if he has a longer career, he could be in the top 3.
Without winning another ring, right?
Yep.
All right. So who's the other 2 you put ahead of him? Put you on the spot right now.
Oh shoot. Of course Jordan is there. And
matter of fact, just give me a top 5. No matter what. Just no top 5. We're gonna end it like that. Top 5. No, not in order. Just top 5. If since you got LeBron, this is if LeBron he doesn't win another championship ring. You said top 5, so who do you have?
Let's see. In my top 5, I got, of course, Jordan. I got Magic Johnson up there. I got Kareem up there. And I got Wilt up there.
Okay. So my last minute or so, or my 3 cents, since it's the 3-point conversion, I would say that, again, it goes back to championships. If we don't think about anything else as far as LeBron, we know that he's a bad man. His size, his stature, what he can do with the ball, his presence, that alone would carry him just top 10. And if he won another ring, I think that would erase that memory of 2011?
Yeah.
When they played Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
But if he doesn't win, that haunts me. That always haunts him, and I always think about that. And to me, to be ranked top 5, you have to play every game, every championship like it's your last. And I think, and he didn't do that 2007. So right there, that puts a damper. I don't put him top 5. I do have him top 10. Who's my top 5? No order. I say Magic, Jordan, Kareem, Olajuwon, and I have to say, I have to put I'll put Tim Duncan in there.
Okay. Okay.
My top 5.
Ooh, wow.
So
okay.
There you have it. This is how we do it on Inside the World of Mr. Controversy. I'd like to thank my special guest, the sportsologist. Hey man, let everybody know where they can find you and follow you.
Yes, definitely. You can follow me on Twitter at the sportsologist. Catch me on Facebook and Club Level Sports Crew, Sports and Discussion on there as of right now. Keep a lookout for some big things coming.
No, go ahead. I'm bugging. I'm kicking Duncan out. Kobe. I have Kobe in my top 5.
Oh, okay.
I have Kobe in my top 5. I'm tripping, you all. I know you probably turned it off by now. I have Kobe, Mike, Kobe, Kareem, Olajuwon, and Magic. Top 5. I'm bugging. Top 5. That's my top 5. So once again, you know where you can find me here on the YouTube channel, the 3-Point Conversion YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. Also check us out on the website, the3pointconversion.com. We also have the 3-Point Conversion podcast station on Spreaker Radio, SPREAKER. Make sure you follow that. We have some wonderful shows. And one of the shows on iHeart, the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. And follow me on Twitter at Mr. Controversy 21 and Google Plus at Raphael Haynes. So once again, sportsologist, Mr. Controversy. We'll see you next week. Inside the World of Mr. Controversy. Will you miss me? I'm out.